can't be the only one that's had a mental construct of Allah, almost like it's a separate God, and that is essentially because of trauma, religious trauma. Have you experienced that? Like, I can imagine, like, maybe you've had this mental, like, when you know, and the reason for that was because people were using, Allah essentially, and sort of the name of God, Allah, which God has infinite attributes, right? God is, when you truly understand God, you understand that, dude, even the name Allah is not even, they say the Tao that can be named is not the Tao in Taoism. And you can't even comprehend. So it's just one name. But I realized doing a lot of psychedelic therapy that there was so much fear, judgment, and shame associated with the word Allah. Like, I realized, and maybe you can relate to this as well, is that the word Allah had almost become an idol, a mental construct in my head. And I'm not the only one to believe this, because the imams and the sheikhs and all of this, what I said is that they do not worship the God we worship. They do not worship. And I was thinking to myself, you think the same, bitch. Bitch, I'm not the only one that has a mental construct of God. And when we essentially, I've come to this, and I've been fascinated by, by Ibrahim alayhi salam, in the sense of breaking the idols, but not breaking the idols only sort of physical idols, is mental constructs. Your mental constructs of God that you have, break them. And it takes time. I can tell you this, me healing and sort of destroying the idol that was based upon judgment, shame, and fear, the mental construct that I have on the word Allah, which had so much trauma associated with it, had so much hatred, judgment, and shame, and guilt, and fear associated to it. That takes time to break. But in order to break that, you don't do that, for the sake of God, because otherwise God is this egocentric God, which, for me, when I was growing up, Allah had become sort of this very egocentric God, right? The sort of Allah in the sense of the idol that had been created. But Allah in of itself, infinite, God, the divine source, God, whatever you name it, God, whatever the name you use for it, Allah asks you to destroy the idols that you have and the mental constructs in your mind. Not for God's sake. What? God has an ego? God is like, break it, I don't like you praying to anything. No. It's for your own sake. It's for your own sake. And when you destroy that idol that you have and the idols that you have, and you can focus on that one thing, which is love, at that point it becomes easier for you to accept and open for more love, open for more mercy, open for the possibilities of what life can give you. When you destroy the mental constructs of God, assuming